Hey again, guys. Do you know what I like to do when I get a rare card? I like to put on the white glove and I like to look at some baseball cards. I got a special rare card to show you. And before I show you the card itself, which is fabulous, I want to talk a little bit about the player. And that is Hans Lobert. And before anybody corrects me, I understand that the name Hans, Hans, it's usually pronounced Hans. Most people pronounce it Hans. But I did hear Hans himself speak his own name, and he called himself Hans. Now, Hans Lobert was a neighbor and a teammate of Honus Wagner early on in Pittsburgh. And Honus Wagner used to joke with him, and he called him Hans number 2. Now, Hans Lobert has a place in baseball history in that he was the first batter in Major League Baseball to bat against Babe Ruth. And it was in North Carolina in the minor leagues. And Baltimore had brought Babe Ruth in to pitch in the 7th inning, and Hans went up against him. And as soon as he threw the ball, Hans thought to himself, this guy has something. And so he grounded to the shortstop who threw him out. And as he was rounding back to go back to the dugout, he was passing the Baltimore dugout. And the manager was wanting to know his take on Babe Ruth. And he yelled out to him, what do you think of him? And he said, he's the fastest I've seen this season. He said, he's real fast. And the manager said, wait till you see him hit. So Hans Lobert was a very fast player. And one time he was playing in a game, and I guess the mayor of the town he was playing in had arranged for him to race a racehorse. And he said they wouldn't take no for an answer, so he ended up doing it. And he said this big black stallion came out with a Spanish-speaking guy riding it. So he raced his horse around the bases, and the horse was supposed to he was supposed to touch the bases, and the horse was supposed to go a little bit around the bases, so he didn't run him over or anything. And the horse kind of cut him off at shortstop. He was beating him by like 20 steps by the time he rounded second base. But the horse kind of cut him off, he said, and he kind of stumbled a little bit, and then resumed. And by the time they crossed home plate, it was a dead heat. And he turned to the umpire and he said, so? And the umpire said, the horse had you by a nose. And Hans said, there's no way any horse could have me by the nose because he had a big nose. So it's kind of a funny story. So let me get into the extra special card that I have now. And this is a 1917 Collins McCarthy. And it's a fabulous looking card. But these cards are very, very rare. So this is the card. And this is the back of these. Now they also have blank back versions. And when I see that, and I don't know, but I always suspect that it was probably a different card issue. Because these were meant to be advertising. And why would you advertise something without putting your name on it? So I don't know when I see these blank back versions, they look the same, if they were just cataloged that way, or if they truly are blank back versions of the same card. Now this card is so rare that this is the only add back PSA has ever graded. And they've only ever graded one of the blank back. So this is the only PSA graded copy of this card in existence as of now. And it's a beautiful card of Hans Lobert. I'm so excited to add this. These rare cards are the ones that get my juices flowing. And this is my third one. So I have the Buck Weaver. And I have the Chick Gandil. This one also had an eBay authentication sticker, which sparked a rant of mine because they had the big sticker right over the Collins, which is what makes this card so rare. So I certainly took that one off of there. Just never gotten around to taking this one off, I guess. Hans Lobert. May be the first time and only time you see this card. Man, these are the kind of cards that get my juices flowing. I wanted to give a special shout out to a channel. And man, I think it's almost criminal how few subscribers he has. And I think we should all show him some support. He shows all of us support. He comments on all of our stuff. He's a great guy. And that's Fast Breaks and Breakfast. I got introduced to him. He had responded to a contest I was doing. It was the first time I discovered him. And he would be on with his daughter, and they would have a breakfast, talk about their breakfast, and they would show some baseball cards. And man, I just think that he should have way more subscribers. I'm going to put the link in my channel. Fast Breaks and Breakfast. A great friend to this community, and we should support him. So that's what I have for you. Thanks for watching.